long time, 8 hours. Should figure out a way to come up with a broadcast where we do something for 8 hours. I don't know how that would look like. 8 hours of thinking out loud sounds like a nightmare. And give everybody a little bit of time to jump in, or anybody a little bit of time to jump in. What's this? Everybody, anybody? You just go ahead and jump in here. This title that I put up for today's Thoughts Out Loud. First of all, welcome to a session of Thoughts Out Loud, session 81 specifically. It is Monday morning here in Korea. It is about 1:38 a.m. I I figured this would be a good time to do Thoughts Out Loud live because if any other guys that watch it, any of you who watch it are going to be available to jump on, it's going to be on a day like today where I have Monday off and it's your Sunday morning. And I don't know, it sounds like that's something that is more likely, probably the best point of time for it to happen would be now. We'll see. We'll put that to the test. We'll find out if anybody comes on. Um, I've had a pretty eventful week. A lot of things going on. I went on a trip down to Chunju, gathered a lot of information there, or gathered a lot of footage there. Had a good time there with the family. A couple of disappointments. Food was supposed to be bomb down there, man. We got down there. It was kind of like, okay. Nothing that we couldn't get here in Seoul. I don't know where that rap comes from, where that that Korean cuisine street cred comes from. With maybe we just picked a couple of bad places. The second place wasn't bad. The first place was a bit of a letdown. In any case, we came back and kind of chilled and sat back and chilled, or just really kicked back on Saturday, and today's Sunday. I was trying to get things hashed out. I actually just got a podcast episode recorded, so I'm gonna go back, wake up in the morning whenever I recover from being up this late, and jump in and just get some editing done. I actually did a pretty good job. I went ahead and did the podcast, both audio and video. So I'll have a version of the podcast that's video to go up on the YouTube page, and then, or the YouTube channel. God, I keep saying YouTube page. And then the audio to go up to Libsyn like it normally does, and post on Stitcher and iTunes. But found myself just thinking back on, I mean, this May is a significant month for me. Like I was saying in my podcast episode, May is a significant month for me because it's the month, I mean, it's my birthday. It's the month that I came to Korea the first time initially. It's the month that I started Soul Weaver. It's just so much that happens in May that I find myself just reminiscing around this time of year, and especially when you're getting older and things like that. I just turned 36 this year, and the I don't know. Of course, whenever I reminisce, whenever I really think and kind of sit back and ponder and kind of concentrate and meditate on what life has been up to now, I always find, particularly now, I find myself going back to what led me to this journey, and that's why I call this like what woke me up. Right? Like, I don't. I mean, I want to define what I mean by that. Like, I don't consider myself woke. Right? Like, I'm not like the hashtag that is being just bludgeoned to death now is one of those new buzzwords. It's just one of those buzzwords where, not new. It's just one of the buzzwords where they just like it gets used until it's overused, until it loses all meaning. Like the word literally, like I was talking about with my neighbors the other day, like literally doesn't mean literally anymore. It actually means figuratively the way people are using it. And sometimes I wonder if woke, hashtag woke, is on its way to being used like figuratively, because it's, I don't know, you got like these, I got kids. Like I am 36 years old. I just turned 36 years old. I don't consider myself woke. I think I've figured some things out. I've come to the realization of some things, and I want to talk about how I got there in this session. But it's not like I can be like, nah, I'm woke, man. I know what's going on now. And anybody, another thing I don't like about considering yourself woke is that you might look at others who don't think the same way as you as if they're asleep. And I don't think that's the case at all. I think we are just living in different realities, right? Like I mean, perception is reality. My perception has changed over the last couple of years, and I think just that has changed my reality, and it's really changed reality in a way for everybody else, right? Like it's changed what I think reality should be for everyone else. It's why I did that "Am I projecting" session a couple of weeks or a few days ago. In any case, I wanted I kind of want to reflect on what woke me up, so to speak. What made me real? What took me from wanting to find a job or wanting to find that security? What took me from wanting to, craving the security of a job, a pension, or a retirement to get into the stage where I was like, okay, I can do this stuff on my own. I can still save on my own. I can still do all that and like follow my dream, like do something that I greatly appreciate doing. So, um, I've I think in the beginning I've always been a little different. I'm not now my sister Sharon, you like have always known you've wanted to be an entrepreneur. I don't know if I would go quite that far with me. I don't know if I've wanted to be an entrepreneur from the jump, not in the same sense that I want to be now. I mean, I think I never had this I don't want to work for anybody mentality. Um I never thought I didn't I mean, people work for people, that's just what happens, and so I never looked at it and was turned off by it, but I did know that I wanna do something that I love to do. I don't care if I work for somebody, I just wanna like what I'm doing, and for a long time, that was, I wanted to be a cartoonist or I wanted to be I wanted to be a computer animator for Disney. So the dream was to work for somebody from a really young age. Ever since I saw, oh, ironically, Beauty and the Beast, the making of Beauty and the Beast. So that eventually got thrown to the wayside, and there's still times where I think about doing that, or that might be a possibility even now. To tell you how much I think about it, let me show you something real quick. Oh, can I get this out? I actually have a drawing tablet, so computer animation may not be that out of reach. I may still reach the goal that I had when I was like 8 years old or however old I was when I decided I wanted to do that stuff. In any case, but I think I've the idea of working for somebody has never really been off-putting for me. It's just I've always wanted to do something that I like to do. Um, it didn't get off-putting until I entered the workforce. Entered the workforce immediately after high school, joined the army, entered the workforce after the army. It wasn't until around that time, like I always thought, like, I always had this target. Like, I just want to, I want to either make this much money or I want to have this much time off. I want this work-life balance, like I talked about in the last session. I want this to happen, and I want to find that still even finding that under somebody was a real it was a real thing, like, and so it went from getting out of the army to working at the post office, or it went from working at the post office or or getting out the army to getting a GS job, or it went from getting a GS job is getting a higher paying GS job. All these moving targets that I kept finding, and I think I like the position that I hold right now was the one where I was like, okay, if I get this with all the benefits, I'm running the numbers, and I think I can be all set. Like if I don't have any more kids, right? Like if I can get this, GS 11-ish, GS 12-ish, I can go ahead, finish out, retire at about 12 or 13, and go and just continue to work contracting after that. And that's kind of the trajectory I was looking to implement. And as soon as I got my job, I thought I had kinda made it, like, okay, cool, we're good, I won't want for anything. I may not make as much money as I want in the end, but I won't be craving anything. I won't feel like I'll be able to save. I won't live check to check, while I'm over here, and, I'll be able to save for my kids' college. I'll be able to, support my own little habits with my spending money. Be able to, give the wife whatever she wants. We won't even have to work, and we should be good to go. And it wasn't long. It was about 3 months before I got here, and I was like, was still happy. I like what I do. I like my job, but I don't love it. And quite honestly, I just felt like something was missing, and or I knew something would be missing 6 months down the line. Like at 3 months in, I was like, okay, this is good. This is easy. I can do this, but I am going to want something else come December because I got here in June. And I really started thinking a lot about like I just started thinking about a lot about what is it that I want. I was 31 when I got here. It was like it's been all this time I've been saying like this moving target has landed here, and now I'm here, and I want something. I want something else, but I have no idea what I want. And so I started looking around and looking at just higher government positions or positions, and looking at how I can like get myself ready to go into there. And I sat back and realized like even if I land an SCS job, even if I get whatever certifications I need and meet, check all the blocks and land an SCS position, like these high government positions, I think I'll feel the same way I feel right now. And so I just started looking for anything and everything, man. And I can't even remember how I ended up on self-help books. I think I ended up reading up Tony Robbins and maybe Guy Kawasaki. But the real book that did it for me, that kind of let me know I was on the right track, was Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad. And the whole getting out of the rat race concept was where I was like, that's it. Like, boom, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I just like. I don't want to like trade my time for dollars. Like, I want to do something where I'm not like if I don't go to work that day, I don't get paid, so to speak. Um, and that's where I kind of started. Like, that's what jumped me off. That's what sent me off in the right direction. Is that I still hadn't made it to the whole I can do whatever I want. Still hadn't realized this whole virtual assistant, virtual office, virtual company setup just yet. But that's what pointed me in the right direction. And so I said, okay, so I need to get myself to the point where I can like implement something, start a business where I'm not the one like running it. Like I can set it up, get somebody else to manage it, pay them properly and effectively or fairly, but then still reap the benefits of that business and then go on and start something else. So that's when I started looking at serial entrepreneurship and just like figuring out like, okay, let's just launch something and launch something else. And I think that term, serial entrepreneurship, is what led me to a lot of the entrepreneurs I follow today. And so Gary Vaynerchuk, Pat Flynn, John Lee Dumas, Derek Halpern, Neil Patel, is what started me just reading. Tim Ferriss, I don't know how I forgot him. 4 Hour Work Week was I think serial entrepreneurship is what led me to 4 Hour Work Week, and then 4 Hour Work Week slowly led me to everything else. Slowly got me started to like listening to more podcasts, and I slowly got into that environment, into that whole little bubble that is entrepreneurs who are kind of like inspiring each other and helping each other out and letting each other know, like showing each other, like leading by example. Like I would say Gary Vaynerchuk is like my favorite person to listen to because right now, I think after all this time, now it's been so. Let me back up. That's been, I'd say I found that around May of, I don't know, mid-year 2013, and that's when I was kind of started realizing like, okay, I can actually like do something with this. I can like get out. I can take this time that I have right now, invest money, plan things out, and figure out how to, when I go home, to not be living check to check like I was living before. Because when I was at GS9 in Arizona, it was literally like check to check. Now, a big part of that was I hadn't been in the States for 10 years. I hadn't established anything. We had these skyrocketed high rents and these down payments and things like that I had just bought a car. So many things were going on. But in the end, even in my position now, if I go with my same grade, I got a promotion when I came to Korea. If I go back to the States, I'm going to be living check to check. And that's something that I want to avoid at all costs. If I could only make what to just make what I just get what I in reimbursement or get acquire or amass what I earn in a year now, 60,000 in I think what am I 60 something thousand in a year now. If I could just get that from my project, like like my actual job, if I could just make that kind of income, I'm sure once I get to that point, it'll jump up and skyrocket. But I'm getting way, way away from what I'm trying to say. In any case, I I realized at that time, like, hey, I can actually get out there and do something else. Like I don't have to follow this path that I've been told to follow. And so I can actually do what I love and have like those stacking returns multiply. Like I'm spending more time doing this because it's something that I love. And then I'm reaping more benefits because I'm spending more time doing it. And then I'm spending more time because of something I love. Just have that same circular equisequitur. I don't know. That circular, that circular process going on. Um in any case, that's kind of how it happened for me. That's slowly but surely, like just it took a long time, and I really wish there's part of me that really wishes that I had gone through that process in my 20s, you know? I mean, who doesn't? Um like if I had realized what it was that I was after, like if I had realized what it was that was seeing, like getting like Russell Brand does a good uh when he talks about his experiences in Hollywood, he talks about how he got this delicious piece of cake and it was what he wanted this whole time. And when he started eating it, it tasted like ashes. That's literally what happened with the job market for me. I just like really started like paying more attention to how fulfilled I was and how accomplished I felt. And it just didn't measure up, it didn't amount, or I didn't have that fulfillment, that self-fulfillment. And so yeah, that's that's when I started looking around and really trying to find what I was missing. Um so now that I know, like I don't feel like I know what's going on. I feel like I've just found out like that there's a path somewhere out there that gets you to your destination. Like you're in a maze and you find out, oh, there's a path somewhere out there. It's in that direction. These guys went down this way, and we don't know what they did once they got there. They're kind of like telling us what they did when they got there, but it's kind of hard. You can't go the same exact way. That's a terrible analogy. I feel like there's a route that I can take toward self fulfillment out there. And I really do feel like it's going to be, up to me to find it and implement it myself. Now, I talked about how, like, I like Gary Vaynerchuk and I listen to him more these days, even though like he's like my hero, but not my idol, right? I don't know if that makes sense. Like he's somebody that I watch and I go like, man, like he does some like that is so awesome what he does, so awesome what he says. That mentality that he has is pretty awesome. But I don't want to do what he does. Like Pat Flynn is my idol. Like he does it exactly the way I want to do it. But at this point, I think Gary's the delivery kind of gets me to do what I need to do more. So it's like I kind of laid off Pat Flynn for a little while, which is pretty crazy. It's weird. He does exactly what I want to do, but his delivery is so what is the word I'm looking for? Controlled and like it's passionate, but it's not what like it's what got me to this point so far. But so now I think I just need like a kick in the pants. Like I need a high school football coach yelling at me, asking me like, "What the fuck are you waiting for?" type situation. And that's where Gary Vaynerchuk like really comes in. And I listen to him, and I'm just like, "Yeah, man, like I gotta get up." Like I'm BSing. Like I sat here and played video games for X amount of hours. Now I'm gonna get up and go do what I gotta do because I just lost all that time. I could have been done with whatever I was doing. It happened It happened this morning. So yeah, that's what I don't know. The idea that I don't know. I still feel like I feel as though I'm waking up. Like I feel as though I'm discovering something both about myself and about the world. I don't know exactly what that is. And what I think it is, or what I have an idea, the notion that I have what it is right now, I'm completely aware that it could be something different 10 years down the line. And if anything has taught me, if time has taught me anything, it's that what I think I know now, what I know so vividly now, may change in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or further along down the line. So that's why I would say I don't consider myself woke, and I definitely don't consider the other people who are not pursuing things the same way, pursuing things in life the same way I've chosen to pursue them as sleep. I don't think they're asleep. Although I will tell you a quick story. I'm gonna tell you this quick story, then I'm gonna jump off. Tonight, earlier tonight, my wife said something to me that like just had this sense of like anguish in that I get so frustrated listening to her talk because she's part of this group of mothers, this group of this group of women who they're stay-at-home moms for the most part. Some of them have part-time jobs and things like that, but they are like the husbands are working, and really they don't really have to work. Their kids are younger. They have to stay home and kind of take care of the house until the kids get a little older. And I watch them and I look at what they have going on, and I'm like, man, if only like they don't have a lot of time, but they have their mornings pretty much to themselves. If you get the kids off to school, the morning is kind of yours. It's kind of theirs. And like they spend it like looking God, I hope none of them see this and think I'm talking crazy about them. But they spend their time, they spend their effort trying to get jobs that they really don't need. And it's like, man, like in today's world, just just take all the stuff that you're going to do at your job, all that effort that you're going to do for somebody else, and just do it for like your hobby. Just find your hobby and then like apply that stuff to your hobby. And I don't know how, I think that's what really started me on this how did I wake up, quote unquote, path now, because I was like, how do I convey to them? I think Uni kind of gets it, but I don't know. I don't know if my wife really gets it or she just gets that it frustrates me when I hear her talk about pursuing like part-time employment. I'm like, why? Like, no, like just obsess about something and then share what you create when you obsess about it, right? Like just make a spreadsheet of your favorite TV shows that you're going to watch all the time and then put in why they're there and then turn that into a blog post and share it. Or it's just so easy to see it with other people. Like you're just like, it's right there. That's where I think part of me again am I projecting, right? Like sometimes I'm projecting what I want onto other people, but I'm certain once they realize what a real possibility it is, they'll want it as well. And so like once they realize that, man, I could just really just do this thing that I do all the time anyway, but just like create a product from it while I'm doing it, I don't know. Also, it's 2 o'clock, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. Let me know in the comments what woke you up. We didn't get anybody on today. That I think that's going to dictate that I do. I don't have to pay very much attention to the time on live videos because we ain't got nobody on. We only got like 15 subscribers anyway. You're all wonderful. You're all awesome, but there's like 13 of you. So in any case, I'm gonna jump off here, head to sleep. You guys have a great day. Like this video if you like this. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thoughts Out Loud is supposed to happen 2 to 3 times a week. Last week was not the case. We got cut short, but that's a rarity. That we'll never like not have it twice. That's crazy. So if you want to see more of that, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to subscribe. I'm gonna get out of here. Crash. I'll see you in the next session on Thoughts Out Loud. You guys have a good one. And then I forgot I got to do. Oh, so you got to go to end broadcast, not leave the call. Got it.